And topic number one is for you Harry Potter fans, all right? I wouldn't call myself a big Potterhead. I've read the books, I've seen all the movies, including the Fantastic Beasts movies. So I'm a fan of the franchise. I love the Harry Potter land over at Universal Studios Florida. But I'm not like a huge Potterhead. My wife, on the other hand, she is a huge Potterhead, and she had to watch the Return to Hogwarts Harry Potter reunion on HBO Max, and I was more than happy to sit down and watch it with her because, like I said, I'm a fan. And this show, it was a 2-hour special. I was surprised it was long. You know, HBO has done a couple of these reunion shows now, and they've been about an hour long. This one was 2 hours long, and I was just amazed with the reverence that HBO Max showed to the Harry Potter franchise. From reconstructing sets to bringing in past stars, even some stars of the show who didn't have very huge roles, kind of supporting characters, to the end, at the end of the special, having my favorite moments of this special was the in memoriam section, remembering those who have passed on. Richard Harris, guys, I learned a lot about Richard Harris in this special. You know, I was always the guy who said, I'm glad that I'm not glad that Richard Harris died, don't misquote me, but I'm glad that Michael Gambon got to take on the role of Dumbledore, because I thought that he had a lot more energy, and when it came down to the duels that Dumbledore had, specifically the one with Voldemort in Order of the Phoenix, I felt that Gambon just portrayed that more convincingly than I believe Richard Harris would have. But I love Richard Harris as an actor, and I didn't know that he was kind of a trickster on set, you know, making practical jokes and just messing around with people. So I actually really like that. But the part that really got me, obviously, was the Alan Rickman section. Alan Rickman is one of my favorite actors of all time. Obviously, Die Hard is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I really felt like Alan Rickman, it gave us some nice insight into how he felt about the role of Snape, especially the fact that, you know, J.K. Rowling, he's the only actor that J.K. Rowling shared the ending with long before she even got to the last book. I thought that was some really neat insight into the character and into the actor as well, just that J.K. Rowling had that trust with him. But I love Alan Rickman, and you know, between the Sheriff of Nottingham, Hans Gruber, and Snape, he's just one of those guys that you know, it definitely has a special place in my heart as far as, you know, the roles that he played as I was growing up. So yeah, this Harry Potter reunion special, Return to Hogwarts, it was really cool. It was especially cool seeing the three main actors, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, the actors who portrayed them, seeing them together, sharing their memories, even getting emotional, referring to each other as family. It really warmed my heart in the sense that, you know, I grew up with these characters too. Now, the first movie came out when I was, what, 20 years old? So I was an adult when the first movie came out. But when I say I grew up with these characters, I mean that these characters came out, these movies came out at a time in my life when I was developing my own personal worldview, at a time when I was graduating college, at a time when I was figuring out what I was going to do with my life, at a time when I was getting married and starting a family. That is the time period that spanned my life in conjunction with the Harry Potter movies. So did I grow up with them? No, I didn't grow up with them, but I grew into who I am with these Harry Potter movies. So there's definitely a lot of nostalgia tied to these movies for me, and I just, you know, like I said, I've read each book once. I probably won't ever go back and reread them, just because I'm not really into that type of sitting down and reading books. I'm not that person. I'm more of that movie person, and I gotta tell you that from that movie standpoint, it was great seeing the directors visiting in the reunion, getting the insight into why that they made the decisions that they made, getting you know, Gary Oldman, Helena Bonham Carter, getting her on the set, getting these heavyweights, these giants of British theater and British cinema, getting them in this reunion special. It just really felt special. And if this reunion special did anything for me, it whet my appetite for a new Harry Potter movie. Not a Fantastic Beasts movie, but a new Harry Potter movie that has him as an adult. Now, can that be the Cursed Child? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't really care. But I would love to see Harry, Ron, and Hermione's story continue with the original actors. So I think that would, you know, you think about how The Force Awakens performed, how Avengers Infinity War performed. I think that a ninth Harry Potter movie with the original actors would have that kind of performance. Spider-Man No Way Home, I really feel like it would have that kind of performance. Would it hit Avengers Endgame numbers? No, probably not. But if we talk about Spider-Man No Way Home, Avengers Infinity War, you know, we talk about those movies, and yeah, I think it would perform to that caliber. The Force Awakens, I think it would perform to that caliber. I really do. I think it's that there's that appetite, that hunger for these characters to return. So that's my take on it. What did you think of the Harry Potter reunion special, Return to Hogwarts? I loved it. I thought it was filled with nostalgia, filled with emotion, and also gave us a lot of insight into the making of those movies. So let me know what you thought in the comments down below.